Do again.
Again.
Okay.
Well, my name is Aditya, and I am an 11th grade student and the son of Sudha Bhusannavar. I am here to teach you all about New Year resolutions and how they work, why they usually fail, and how you can make your New Year resolution succeed. Do I start?
Yes.
Ali, give me my.
Yes, it's very nice. Continue.
Come on, give me this.
Sudha, you go in another room.
Yeah. Okay.
Let him talk.
Okay.
Yes.
Go. What's this? Okay.
Okay.
So, what is a resolution, first of all? A resolution, the word resolution, is defined as a decision to do something or not to do something. A New Year's resolution is simply just a decision to do something or not to do it during the New Year. The reason for it being the New Year is because the New Year is symbolic, right? The New Year is symbolic and it represents like the start because like it's the new like cycle around the sun. All of the stuff that happened in like the previous year can now be forgotten, and now it's time for a new beginning, right? That's the symbolism of the new year. And that allows and that's why it's so significant to have a new year rather than like a mid-year resolution or an end of year resolution. A new year is the synonym with beginning, and that creates this idea that when you when you do a new year resolution, you're creating a resolution for a new stage in your life rather than a continuation of an old stage. Okay. Now, the very concept of New Year resolutions is about 4,000 years old, starting with the ancient Babylonians, who um, who would pray to their gods and devote themselves to their king on the first day of the harvest, not of the harvest, of the farming season, planting season, right? And this would happen around mid-March. The ancient Romans, took this idea and made it happen on January 1st because January is named after the Roman god of gates and beginnings, Janus, right? So having it on January 1st would be a compromise between Janus's symbolism as looking back on the past and looking ahead into the future. Um, why do New Year resolutions important? Well, the thing is that New Year resolutions provide this tunneling of your vision. When you start a new year, you're faced with all of these distractions other than your New Year resolution. Like, for example, you have new job, you have to think about, say, if you're a student, you have like the new grade, the new studies, all this new stuff in front of you, right? And over time you begin to get lost in those other things and you forget about your new year resolution since you don't have any time for it, right? This is a bad thing, obviously, because it really takes away from the effectiveness of your resolution that you work so hard to create and dedicated so much time to at the start of the year. So in order to keep your eyes on the prize, as they say, you have this New Year resolution because without it, you'll end up at the end of the year thinking, "What have I done this year? I've just wasted the entire year." And you will feel like you have a motivation during the entire year because the entire year will be filled with reminders. People have failed their New Year resolution, so hence you'll think, "Oh my God, I forgot to do my New Year's resolution. So let me start to do it." Constant reminders throughout the year. Make sure that you fill your resolutions. Now, there are some key things that lead to resolutions failing. A common thing is that people confuse their wishes for their goals. The difference between the two is that a wish would be like, I want to go to the moon, right? But a goal would be like, I want to go to NASA, train to be an astronaut, and step on the moon for scientific purposes, right? A wish is like a dream. You just want it. A goal is a systematic view of how you're going to get it. So, example, so a wish is the destination, while a goal is the destination plus the journey to get to the destination. And many people make unrealistic or unattainable goals, right? So they say, I want to reach the moon within a year. That's not possible. You need like years of training in the Air Force, and then you have to go to like the ISRO, and then you have to, register for like, I don't know what happens in the ISRO, but you have to do a lot of training in order to get permission to be on like the first manned mission to the moon, right? Another thing is tracking. No one tracks their goals. Everyone to be like, I'm gonna lose 1 pound each week, and then they don't check if they've actually lost a pound each week. And then by the end of like 3 weeks, they notice that they've lost 0 pounds, like zero. And they're like, what? What happened? Didn't I choose to lose a pound each week? By this time, I should have lost 3 pounds. But because you didn't track it, you didn't know if your current method was working, and hence you didn't, fix your method, and hence you couldn't, you know, gain that goal because the method that you used was not working, but you could not fix it. And the final and really most horrible reason why resolutions fail is that resolutions uh, are procrastinated. People will say, "Oh my God, I couldn't go to the gym today because there was an accident on the road and I couldn't get to the gym today. I'll do it tomorrow." And then they never stick to it. They don't do it tomorrow. They say, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow." Next day comes, "I'll do it tomorrow." Next year comes, "I'll do it next year." By the end of their new year, they're like, "I couldn't do it this year. I'll do it next year." And the cycle repeats endlessly, endlessly, just saying, "I'll do it next time." And that is one of the biggest, like, because you think that you're pursuing your goal since you're so dedicated that you're planning the next week. But in the end, you're not really doing your goal. You're just procrastinating. But there's all these issues. So how can you fix it? I'm sure everyone has heard of SMART goals. For those who haven't, it's an acronym. So like each letter represents a word. So SMART goals are, so S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for realistic, and T stands for time bound. My school taught me SMART C goals where they added challenging at the end. So specific refers to having a specific mindset and a specific goal when you're making your goal setting. So, for example, instead of saying I want to lose weight, say that I want to lose a certain amount of kilograms or grams or pounds within a specific time period. Okay, that's specific. It's not very general. You can actually, and this leads to the other point, measurable. Is your goal measurable? That is, if you say, I want to become fit, that's not really measurable. Fit has different meanings for different people, and there's not really a subjective idea. So say like things like, I want to achieve a BMI index of this much, or I want to be able to gain this much amount of muscle mass. Those are measurable goals since you can measure them and you can say, I have actually achieved this or I have not achieved this. Attainable goals refer to goals that are possible. Like going to Venus is not that possible. Like it might be possible hundreds of years in the future when we have terraforming technology, but within a specific time period, it's not attainable at all, right? Now, this is different from R, which is realistic, because while attainable refers to the realism for the general populace, realistic refers to the how real is it for you. Like everyone can, like generally anyone can go for a marathon, but a person in a wheelchair, I'm not trying to put people with disabilities down, but technically they cannot do a marathon. I mean, they're in a wheelchair. They can't really run a marathon, let alone a, right? And the final T is time bound. That is, give yourself a deadline. If you say, say you have this goal, I want to lose weight someday by sometime. When is that sometime? Is it 10 days in the future? Or is it at the end of your life or after death? What are you choosing? Right? So you have to be specific. Like, I want to lose it by the end of the year, which puts your deadline at 31st of December. And or like within 10 weeks, which gives you a 10-week time period to do your goal. And like challenging C for challenging smart C goals, basically many people like to make these very, very simple goals. Like, I want to lose 1 kilogram within 10 weeks. That's very specific, that's measurable, it's attainable, it's got all of the smart. But it's so simple that anyone can do it, and it doesn't really motivate you to do better. Like, the ultimate goal here that your smart C is bound for is getting healthy, right? That's why you want to lose weight. You want to become healthy, you want to look good, but losing 1 kilogram in 10 weeks is simply too long. It literally takes up almost an entire, or like almost like 1/5 of the year just to lose a kilogram, which isn't going to do much for your body, and it doesn't really motivate you to do even more. Like, ideally, you want to be like, within a year, I want to lose like what, like 10 or like 5 to 10 kilograms. And if you're spending 1/5 just losing 1 kilogram, that isn't gonna like give you the hope that within another 4 out of 5 years you can get rid of the other 4 to 9 kilograms, right? So you need challenging goals, but those that still like are attainable and realistic. Like, don't you have to get a goal that's not simple like a kilogram at 10 weeks, but not too unrealistic like 10 kilograms in 1 week, right? And that is really the idea of SmartC goals. It takes a lot of practice to understand goal setting, and it's not really a one-off thing you can learn in one day. You have to make hundreds of goals, you need to receive feedback, and only then you'll actually be able to be good at making SmartC goals. These SmartC goals are a guideline. That means they're not a solution per se, but they're more like a structure from which you can make a solution. And this is what makes them powerful, because it doesn't give you a solution, it makes you think for a solution. And that allows your mind to work better. See, the issue with us humans is that our brains are very lazy. Why? Because using energy is very dangerous in terms of survivability. Because if you don't have, because food is scarce, like back when we were hunter-gatherers, getting your next meal was a measure of, could you throw a stick hard enough to kill an animal, or would you just miss, and then you wouldn't have food for like the next like one day. And that you know lack of like food security meant that our brains didn't know when they were going to get enough energy to do thinking next, because the brain is a very resource demanding organ. And that's why humans also seemingly get fat easier than other animals, because our bodies are physiologically designed in a way that we absorb as much food and energy as possible, so that in times of scarcity, we have enough storage in order to support our brains. And because of this, our brains are very lazy. And doing a goal like running a marathon or like changing your lifestyle is a very resource intensive shift, because it completely changes the chemistry of your brain. Your brain was initially sending neurons about, watching TV or eating fries, but now it has to tell your body constantly not to do that, but instead to go on a run. It's completely changing your body's chemistry. So that's why it's very resource intensive, and your body does not like that. That's why habits are some of the hardest things to form, right? They say it's easy to break a habit, but hard to make a habit, right? And that is scientifically backed up. Statistically, it takes as many as 120 days in order to generate a new habit. That is like 4 months. It takes as many as 4 months for you to generate a habit. If you skip for a period of time anywhere within those 4 months, it's like entire 3 months before got wasted, right? Completely gone, right? And that's really the struggle of the brain. The brain is, lazy because that's how it evolved and that's how we survived in the African wilderness. And now we're paying for the price for that when we, as a technologically advanced species, have become lazy and do not want to create any new habits. Habits are a form of like cheat code for your brain. Usually, if your brain wanted to do something, it had to think, all right, first hand, lift up, go, take the remote, take the what mouse, click some buttons, and boom. That's how your brain works, right? It tells your body to do certain activities. But if you have a habit, then you'll automatically do it without your brain act consciously telling you. So it happens from your spinal cord rather than from your brain, which not the spinal cord, but the brain stem rather than your uh, cortex, your cerebral cortex. And this is a sort of a cheat code because like instead of doing all of that very expensive in terms of like energy thinking, conscious thinking in the neural cortex, instead you'll just have it done instantly at the moment it happens because it's a habit. And that's why habits are some of the body's greatest like the brain's greatest invention. That's what people say sometimes. And the reason for and you know while they're also double-edged sword because once you make a habit you can't break it because your body is like, why should I stop doing what I'm comfortable with? This is amazing. Why should I stop? And that's really the whole idea of habit forming, goal setting, and why goals fail because the brain does not like to break habits, and most of the time your goals are to break a habit, whether it's to exercise and to which is a breaking habit from just sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying life, or taking a run, which is like again like a breaking of a habit from sitting down, which is a very energy efficient way of living, sitting down, right? And because of this you need smart C goals and you need to push yourself because if you don't try your brain will give up instantly. It does not like it does not like changing its habit. You have to make sure it changes its habits. I rest my case.
Order. This case has been adjourned. Oh my God, Aditya, you surpassed our expectations, to be frank. You are an unbelievable person. Not even one single dummy line throughout your session. Everything had to be noted down. That's how it was. And I'm very proud that, I streamlined it in YouTube. Oh, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. Adi, wow. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು how could you, every word had weightage and it was meant to, and smart C, I never knew smart, I knew specific, measurable, attainable, and RS what? Realistic and time bound. And then C, it should be challenging also. Yeah, very true. Because just becoming smart is not enough. Smart C is very required. Hats off to you, man. Yeah, very proud of you. Not just for the sake of saying, but in the age of, you are 18, is it? Oh, sorry, what's your age?
16.
17.
17.
16, 17, 18, okay. Whatever. But, the clarity what you have on the subject and the grip what you carried out throughout the session was really mind-blowing. Thank you so much for bringing in such a wonderful topic to us. Well done.
He's right. He is 16 and 17 is running.
And he is also running. Sudha, you need to run now.
Yeah, I cannot match to his energy. So that's why I thought, no, for this topic, only he can make justice, not me. Yeah.
So more than me, I think everybody else is eager to talk because ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. And his accent was very much understandable. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ರೈಟ್? ಉಳಿದವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡಿ, 16 ವರ್ಷದ ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇದೆ. ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಗೋಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಗೋಲ್ ಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ನಾವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನಾವು ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ ಝೋನ್ಗೆ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮಗ್ ನಾವೇ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ದೇವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಬರಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ನ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತುಗಳು ಪ್ರಬುದ್ಧವಾದ ಮಾತುಗಳು ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಈ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಅವ್ರು ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮನ ಕಡೆ ಕೇಳೋಣ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸಾರಿ ಸುಮಂಗಲ ಅವರೇ, ಹೇಗನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಅದಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ವಿಷಯನಲ್ಲಿ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳೋದು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆದ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಹಿ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ ಹೋಮ್, he come with one topic and he start talking and discussing about that. Sometimes I tell Adi, I don't know anything, please don't eat my head, already 2 kids eating my nothing is there inside, so please don't talk where I used to tell him. But I know him, whatever you give topic he do steady, and after that he no need anything like a notes and nothing, everything he keep in mind and start talking from the bottom of the heart. So very nice Adi, very I like to listen him. And he given some examples like we have goal to moon, if we decide to go, we cannot go in 1 year, we have need training, everything. So he given small example, and what he told, no, I like that the way. And every time we listen to him, so we have a habit now to listening him. So we no need to anything to tell. Let others talk. Thank you, Adi. Very nice. Love you.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಬಿಲೋನಿಯನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂದಾನೆ ಗೋಲ್ ಸೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಯಾವಾಗಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಅವರು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಅವರು ಸಿಕ್ಸರ್ ಹೊಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಿಕಪ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ ಟೈಮೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ he made sure that this session is going to be an extraordinary session ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಎಸ್ ಪ್ರಭಾವತಿ ಅವರೇ, ಮಾನಸ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಸ್ ಮಾನಸ.
Yeah, truly, as you rightly said, Ravi, Adi set a stage very well. The way that he presented and he cracked his jokes. No, I don't know if we could catch it the right way. It was like I was watching a YouTube video wherein they're really adding a lot of value. The jokes that he cracked was, yeah, we are not supposed to aim to Venus right now. We can't reach there. Those cranky, I mean, there was no smile on his face, and that was the best. That's the best part of a speaker. Where he doesn't want to show, but it's all about our understanding. And the way he set the examples, 10 kgs to 1 kg in 10 weeks, be it that, and the clarity that he has, that was amazing. The way that he connected to all of us at this young age. Adi, would love to listen to you more and more, bro. So lovely. Very, very happy to have you here.
Yeah. I think you must be there in the session every day. Yes, Prabhavati ji.
No, congratulations, Adi. Welcome to our wellness club. But the thing is, you made it so clear. In fact, a week back, I also told, but the energy with which you were talking and the clarity, it's amazing. Sudha, congratulations. Maga beldidan.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that is the proud moment, no, because when you realize your kids, no, like they grow beyond your knowledge. Like most of us, we have a challenge talking to him because
Exactly. At my home also, whatever I say, my daughters speak with so much clarity and so much, what you say, the way they present is their angle, and I have to accept it. And they put it in so nicely. And there's no other way without accepting. You cannot go ahead. Nice. And ಇಬ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಮಗ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
thank you.
Prabhavati ಅವರೇ, time to bring your kids also on the forum.
She's telling me.
ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಈಗ ಸುಮಂಗಲ್ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಸಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆ ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಇರತ್ತೋ ಹೊರತು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನಾಳೆ
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಮದ್ವೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾರಾಗ್ಲಿ ಆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಐಟಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ and that is where the kids say okay fine ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲೂಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. I have noticed that also.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಹಂಗ್ರಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕು, ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಗಾದೆ ಮಾತಿದೆ, ಕೋಣನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಕಿನ್ನರಿ ಬಾರಿಸ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಫುಟ್ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಕೂಡ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಿಡೋರು ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕೆ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಫೋರಮ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಇದರ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಹಂಗ್ರಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವೆಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನಿನ್ನೆ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ 2 ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರ ಅದನ್ನ? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ ಗುರು ಸಾಕು ಬಿಡು ಅಂತ ಹಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಎದ್ದೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಕೊನೆ ತನಕ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ನೋ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಫೋರಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಸುಧಾ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ತಂದು ಈ ತರ ಫೋರಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತನ್ನ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ನಾವು ಹೊಗಳು ತರ ಹೊಗಳುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೌದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಜವಾದಂತ ಒಂದು ಫೀಡ್ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವೋ ಹೊರತು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗಾಗ್ಲೇ, ಹೀಗ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. See, everybody with the depth and learning only will come to the talk about that particular topic. Otherwise ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಈ ಏನು ಹರಟೆ ಹೊಡೆದಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಮಾತು ಹಾಗೆ.
And they should get the right place also to express themselves ಅಂತ ಹಂಗೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರಿಗೇನು ಕೈ ಸಿಕ್ತು? ಎಸ್ ಮೃತ್ಯುಂಜಯ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ.
First of all, I should congratulate both Sudha and Hari for the very good presentation. ನಮಗೆ 16ನೇ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಲು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ರೆಸಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ 60 ವರ್ಷ ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ನೀನು 16 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರೌಢತ್ವ ಇರೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. The way in which you presented the thing, it was exemplary, and I congratulate you and keep it up and move ahead. It is very nice. It was very nice.
Thank you.
ಎಸ್, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡೋಣ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್
ಅವ್ರ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಅಜ್ಜಿ ತಾತ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾಕಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಆನ್ so that we all include you all into the group.
No, Ravi, I think my father was listening. I saw him in between.
I know. But
ಇವಾಗ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ.
ಯಾಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ ಇವತ್ತು?
You can invite.
ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಲಲಿತಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಯಾಕೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಆಫ್ ಇತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತು?
ನಾನು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಕುಂತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನ್ ಶಬ್ದ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿಯಂಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಮೆರಾ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುಂತ್ರೆ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹೇಗನ್ಸ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ತಡವರಿಸದೆ ಧೈರ್ಯದಿಂದ ಅದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ತಂತ?
ಚಲೋ
ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ರಿ?
ಅವನ್ ಜೋಡಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಆರಾಮ, ಊಟ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇದು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳೋದು. ನಾನು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಿದಿ
ನೋಡಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದಾನೇ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗ ಸಿಕ್ತು.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನವ ನನ್ ಜೋಡಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಲ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದಾನೇ ನಿಮ್ ಪರಿವಾರದವರು, ನಿಮ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೀವೇ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣೀಕರ್ತರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಬುಧಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈಗ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಈಗ ಬಂದ್ರು.
ಹೌದಾ? ಬುಧಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ ಇವತ್ತು 6 ಹೊಡೆದು ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಮ್. And so matured, and he is able to do lot in this session, and many things he has spoken so well, and I never thought that he will go to that level, but behind his age he has thought and presented the points. Really, I congratulate Mr. Adi. Keep it up. Wish you all the best.
ವಾಹ್, ಏನ್ ಅಜ್ಜನ್ ಕಡೆ ಇಂತ ಪ್ರೌಢ ಪ್ರಶಂಸೆ ಕೇಳೋದ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ ತರನೇ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿ ತರ್ತಾನ್ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ನಿಮ್ ಮೊಮ್ಮಗ. ಅಜ್ಜನ್ ತರನೇ ಇದಾರೆ. ಎಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದಾನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಸರ್. ನೀವು ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೊಂದಿದೆ ಅವ್ರ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, it is because of you and Barsa.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ,
Because of you and Barsa.
anyway, thank you so much. Yes, Adi, before we conclude, do you have to say any concluding points? All done.
You want to
ಎಲ್ರು ನಿಮ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ರು, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Did you like it? Say, talk. Yes, say.
All liked your session. What about that? How did you feel? Everybody appreciating your topic?
I felt nice.
Okay.
Adi, tell in Kannada one sentence.
Say, how did you feel? Say.
But by the way, I would like to know from him, because we hardly get time to get the result from him, right? Adi, how long you have been taking the nutritional shake now? Are you taking nutritional shake along with your mother?
Say,
Yeah.
So, before coming to this session, do you see any change in your mother post she started this wellness journey? I mean, a frank opinion about your mother's transformation. Now you are seeing, is it?
Her cheeks are not that stretchable anymore.
And what about her routine? What about her food plate, etc.?
Her what?
Food plate.
What about her?
Oh, food flavor.
Yeah.
Not food plate. Food plate.
Yeah. So how it is changed?
How is it, and how is her routine compared to before?
So food plate, you know, right? So
It's filled with colors, something Mama never used to do. Just plain colors which she used to do. Now it's very colorful. Trying to create rainbow in her food only. Regarding her, what did you ask?
how the transformation?
Have you seen your mother's transformation picture, by the way?
No.
We have done one collage. Let me show that to you. When your mother had come here, she had concern of overweight. I think that she had discussed with you. I don't know, because normally mothers don't reveal everything to their kids, isn't it?
No.
Adi only clicked that photo.
Yeah, Adi only has taken that.
Oh, then very innocently he is telling that he don't know.
Yeah.
In fact, this is the transformation picture after collage. I'm not sure whether you saw it or not. So now we have got a younger mother, isn't it? Yeah, you should be little careful to take her to your parent teacher meeting, because they may claim that she's not your mother, she's your elder sister maybe.
Yes.
So what your friends say? Already when I go, his friends have already a lot of comments.
Yes.
In our community, you may not believe, someone got comment as, did you get your girlfriend to the school also? Because these boys will grow faster, alva. ಸೊ ತಾಯಿನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮಗ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ತಾಯಿನ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ಗೆ. ಅವರು ಈ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಬಂದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಯಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಏನು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೆನ್ ಬಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ಹಂಗೆ. ಸೊ
below his shoulder, he is so tall, so I come below his shoulder.
Oh, is it? Okay. By the way, Adi, what is your personal result after having the nutritional shake? Nimge heng ansutte about the taste, about its comfort?
Yeah.
My pimples have decreased tremendously.
Oh, you had pimples?
Yes.
Okay, that's one evident result what you see.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you have the before picture of with pimples?
No.
Nope.
See that.
See, he was from 2 years you were taking the medicine, and whenever you used to leave, those pimples used to come back.
Oh.
Yeah, so for 2 years we continued, and in the session when I heard, so he takes the shake only in the morning, not in the night, because everything, the meal, breakfast, everything happens in the school.
Yeah.
So he wanted to come back and have the dinner at home. Okay. So he takes only in the morning breakfast. Okay. Like he takes shake